Praise Yah, Yahweh, creator of the heavens and earth and everything in it. The self-sustaining one, the Holy One of Yisrael, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now what I'm going to do once again this evening, okay, is bring out another lie once again, okay, about this Jesus. To share that this book is a myth made from the hearts of men, okay? So I'm going to Matthew chapter 2, and I'll start off at verse 11. And when they were come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary, his mother, and fell down. Now this is talking about the kings, supposedly, when they saw Jesus Christ, and worshipped him. And they had opened their treasuries. They presented unto him gifts, gold and frankincense and myrrh. And being warned of God in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way. Verse 13. And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeareth to Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise, and take the young child, talking about Jesus, and his mother, and flee into Egypt, and be there until I bring thee word. For Herod will seek the young child, to destroy him. Okay? So when he rose, he took the young child and his mother by night, and departed into Egypt, and was there until the death of Herod, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken of the Lord by the prophet, saying, Out of Egypt have I called my son. Now here in the New Testament, I just read it, that it said it was spoke of by the prophets that the creator of the heavens and earth called Jesus out of Egypt. Okay? Now let's prove this with Old Testament. Now when you go into Exodus chapter 4, okay, and we go to verse 22, it reads, And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, now this is Yah talking to Moses, Thus saith Yah, Yisrael is my son, even my firstborn. And say unto thee, Let my son go. Okay? So as we see, Yah told Moses to tell Pharaoh, all right, Israel is Yah's first son, his firstborn. And he told Moses to tell Pharaoh to let my son go. Okay? But in the New Testament, it said that Yah, right, brought Jesus up out of Egypt. Okay? You cannot find nowhere in the Old Testament, okay, where Yah brought anyone up out of Egypt other than Exodus. Okay? You cannot find nowhere in the Old Testament where Yah brought any one person out of Egypt. He brought a nation of people. You can't find that in the Old Testament, nowhere where he brought one person. Okay? Now a lot of people will say, well, this is talking about spiritual. Well, it wasn't a spiritual thing when I read in Matthew that Joseph and Mary fled into Egypt. That wasn't spiritual. Okay? That I read that, it seemed to seem physical. Okay? Remember, Herod was going to kill Jesus? So this was physical. It wasn't nothing spiritual about Jesus going into Egypt, according to the New Testament. Okay? Because they try to claim he also got his teachings from Egypt. All right? His schooling, should I say. His education from Egypt. Okay? So you can't say, oh, well, that's spiritual. No, because Jesus didn't go into Egypt spiritual, supposedly. He went there physically, okay? Him and his mother and father went there physically, okay? And just to bring out another point, here in Exodus chapter 4, verse 22, it says, all right, verse 22, it says, and thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, Thus says Yah, Yisrael is my son, even my firstborn. So you see, The firstborn of Yah was the nation of Israel, okay? Not Jesus. And Jesus is not the only son that Yah has. Yah has many sons, okay? The nation of Israel, just as he has many daughters. And Yah also called David his son. Yah also called Solomon his son, okay? So once again, this proves that this Jesus is just a character, a myth made up from hearts of men, okay? Because as we see and as we know, that Yah only brought one nation out of Egypt, and that was the nation of Israel. God never brought anyone out of Egypt after that. And you will never find in the Old Testament where he brought one person out of Egypt as the New Testament tries to imply. Okay? So this is for Yah righteousness, Jerusalem, and the Holy Seed. Peace.